Oh, Jordan Dawson is at the game. Kind of expected him to but yeah. Not sure if we're live yet, chat, but if we are, welcome to the Adelaide St Kilda live reaction. We are back for the streams, if you call it that. We're here for a big game for the context of both clubs' season, but St Kilda have a chance of going 3-3. Not really a game you'd expect us heading into seasons and just in general to be winning, but I'm a little bit more optimistic now. But I want to get the real chat up before I talk my ass off, because I'm sure there are probably lots of questions that people, if they're watching this, will want to be asking me, so I'll have to be answering them, which is fair. Let's see who's in the stream. Let me just put out the chat. Don't often get to do the St Kilda games, but we did the Giants game, and that ended up being good in the end because we got the win, but it was definitely stressful in the last few moments, so we'll see if I doubt it, a similar game like that's going to happen because Adelaide are a quality opponent despite some outs. We all know the tragedy that occurred over the weekend with Jordan Dawson's brother Jared, and obviously condolences go to the family. Really tragic stuff. I understand, well, I don't understand, I guess, how difficult something like that would be, but I can only assume it would be really, really tough to experience what the family currently would be experiencing. So I think that's just going to probably fire them up even more, the Crows, which happened, I remember the West Coast game. That was the last stream I did where we lost. And I have a feeling it could be similar in a sense. Well, my birthday was a few days ago, but I still do take the birthday messages quite noted. So thank you, mate, for the message. Let's chuck this up on the story. Got some messages here. Woody, how are you? Thank you, mate. It was a solid birthday. I guess a birthday present could have, in a way, been going up to this game, but was a little bit too late. I had a couple of other reasons why I didn't end up going to the game, so I'm looking forward to sticking into it here on the live stream, as I don't often do very much because I'm normally at the game. But yeah, no, looking forward to it. Hopefully going well. Hopefully the vibes are good for yourself. And yeah, good thing you weren't too overconfident on the podcast. I did listen to the podcast. Geez, the chats are coming through thick and thin. I mean, I haven't been live streaming much this year. I know that. And I've got a couple more strategies and plans heading forward that we can talk about throughout the stream. But yeah, it hasn't been the best week for mine, to be honest. But excuses, I don't want to be someone to just drop excuses for everything. Where the fuck's the full live chat? I'm only seeing part of the live chat. What's the poll saying? We've got 64 in, which is...
On email? It's a scam. No, she's legit.
Restore chat. Here we go.
She said I've got kind eyes.
I'm trying to reel it in.
Actually,
Speaking of reels, well, speaking of reels, let me show you what I got, which will make things really nice for reels.
you really do.
Or just in general, content in general. Or should I whip it out a little later? No, it's a nice little upgrade, a tech upgrade. This is going to be doing me a world of good. So that's giving me a lot of excitement for content. This camera, like the zoom on it, it's absolutely incredible. It absolutely shits on what I currently have, 3 times optical, whatever the fuck it is. I think it's like, yeah, 3 times zoom. It's pretty terrible. So that's yeah, I'm not going to use it yet though, because I'm going to, like, I need to change a lot of things in my life, and probably one part of it's just organization and just being more responsible with a few things. So warranty, care, all of that stuff, phone screen protector. I don't have a screen. I didn't have a screen protector on this phone, and it's got a couple of cracks. And if you guys know my old phone situation, that was a lot worse. But in fairness, I didn't have a mate of mine that threw a weight on it like this time around. Imagine it happens again. Cheers, Chris. Let me go back to the stream comments. What is your prediction? I'm going to go the Crows. I'm not going to go overconfident and say we'll win this, because normally we actually get done by 40. I think the last 6 of the last 20 games we played against Adelaide, we've lost in, particularly those at the Adelaide Oval, but we seem to always play them at the Adelaide Oval. And normally I normally like to make the double Adelaide trip, but I just didn't end up having the I made the decision within the week that it probably wasn't going to happen, and I'm okay with that. It says the Crows have a 2-1 record. It's 2-3. Oh, did I not end up updating that bit on the graphic? Is their percentage still 87.3, or is it? No, it's higher than that. So that would have been from the last one. What is their percentage? Saints have Adelaide actually have 106.4. To be fair, they have lost a few close ones at home as well. They haven't won a home game yet this year. I've made realization of Adelaide home games during gather round don't actually count, so that hasn't technically counted towards their record. Ollie 2 real. Might ignore your comments. Actually, you're putting in too much spam. What do you think about Holland's one disposal? Well, I think we all know what happened there. I haven't heard all the news, but someone at Carlton needs to come out and take responsibility for allowing him to play out that game, because he clearly wasn't right. Someone time out Ollie says, "G'day Coast Club." The thing is, we don't often get St Kilda live stream games on the channel, so we'll see what the reactions are over the course of the game. But I'd like to start similar to the Port Adelaide game last week. We kicked 4 goals, the first 4 of the game, and really got off the blocks early, and then from there on in, it was a little bit more even. I think Port Adelaide ended up with 22 more inside 50s and kind of started getting more on top in the middle. And that third quarter was a worrying quarter. At the time, I thought maybe they were going to run over us, but it was good to get the steady in the last quarter. I think Silvani, did he kick that goal in the last quarter? I can't remember what quarter it was, but he was great. And we have a pretty short lineup in this one. Andy, thank you, mate. 20 months. Andy Butter caught up with Andy over gather round, and he's currently doing pretty well in the fantasy competition, which I think he had me that week, and I had one of my worst weeks in fantasy. I'm not sure how well I am in this week. I've checked. You know, I wanted to stream a couple other games today. Ultimately, I had a really important family thing. Like, I don't want to go into detail because I'm not, like, I don't need to, like, tell you everything. But, yeah, I had an important family thing. Had to be at the hospital for a few hours. And that was over the time of the 2 games. But I'm sure people will hopefully understand. But I didn't expect the 2 games to be that good anyway. So yeah, when I watched the bits and pieces, I'm like, shit. Like Essendon were actually a real chance. Gold Coast had a lot of misses. Woody says Caroline Wilson says a Collingwood player heard him say he was drinking before them. But that's Caro. I don't know how much that you want to read into being true or not. But yeah, if that is true, there could be lots of repercussions for that. Joseph, cheers for the membership. Gifted to Danny Wright. Don't recall Danny Wright joining my streams too often, but I'm sure I don't know, he might not care that he got a membership. Very possible that could be the case. Couple minutes to go. Yep. He is here. Well, I must have missed your comments from before. There you go, Danny. Who's your favourite player on the Hawks? I like Cam McKenzie because I have a little bit of a relation with him. He's not my favourite, but I do like him. He's streaming the Derby tomorrow. I'll be at the Melbourne v Brisbane game tomorrow. Jezza, yeah. I'll watch that game at home. Next week is the Anzac week. So if you guys want to see more live reactions, let me know on the stream. Wow, the Bulldogs are now $4 to beat the Swans. Their season's just gone a full 180 over the last couple of weeks. They were looking like best side in the comp just about. Now they might not even be top 6 with all their injuries. They had one of the worst possible games you could possibly ever wish for over the weekend. Really, really concerning. 68 in chat. Hopefully we get some more in, but I don't expect hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of viewers or anything like that, but it'd be nice to get a few in over the course of the stream, so feel free to stick around. because we don't get many of these opportunities on the channel. All right, everything's all good and prepared. We're here for the first of, well, the only Saturday night game, isn't it? Last night we had 2 Saturday night games, or Friday night games, which was kind of shit. One game ended at like 11. Ollie 2 real. I'm ignoring every single message you put in chat, mate. So you can keep spamming if you want. You'll get timed out at some stage. Don't want Rochelle to be a dominant factor in this game. Gonna mark that Wilkie. You do. Definitely a worry is Josh Rochelle. Hope Sam Darcy recovers soon. Yeah, you don't want to see the best players in the competition go down like that. And it wasn't just Darcy, but Darcy's the biggest worry, isn't it? Probably didn't have the best starts to the season as well, so he wouldn't be happy. Rochelle getting 50 disposals since Dawson's not playing. Mate, Rochelle might never get more than 35 in a game, if I'm going to be honest with you. He's not that player. 50 is a bit of a stretch. Yeah, most times we play Adelaide, we straight away start slow and we let them get an early jump. Be pissed off if it happens again this time round. I won't lie. Gatherand Gatherand's Gatherand, but Gatherand just wasn't as fun as other Gatherans. I didn't enjoy it as much, to be honest. Keys kicks the first goal. And they're on the board here, the Crows. Early on. Ben Keys had a slow start to the year. And he'll probably find form now that a couple other plays for them are down. He sort of probably needs to step up, wouldn't you think? But I don't regret not going to Gatherand. I just didn't enjoy it as much as other years. That was a great Collingwood win on Thursday. But that's not to say there weren't parts of Gatherand that were still good and enjoyable. And Luke, who's in the chat, was there. And he's around the group for a bit, and it was good to catch up with him again. He's a great guy, Luke McMahon. Hopefully next year's is better. I'm making sure I go to... Well, I just hope a lot of it had to do with how I was feeling over the course of the week. And I just was not feeling good at all. It wasn't even sick. It was like a combination of factors. And that really made it difficult for me to keep myself high-spirited and produce content. And when a lot of the main people that made Gatherand really fun for me over the last few years weren't there, that sort of compounded. But it was a good finish to Gatherand, the St Kilda Port Adelaide game. Not to deny that. That was enjoyable. But once again, it probably would have been nicer not to have watched that game on the hill. I said to myself, I'll never do that. Like, watch a Saints game on the fucking hill. Ended up just staying there the whole time. Had no idea about the Zach Butters stuff until the next day because you just couldn't, you just didn't know when you couldn't see shit. Anyways, we've got a Saints game on and I'm talking about anything else. Come on, Sinclair. Did not have his best game last week. Even though he still racked up enough for the footy. Made a lot of mistakes and just wasn't quite at the level that we would have liked. Is the commentary in the background? A little bit. It's good to see you again, Pat, and everyone else. Gatherand was okay. Hopefully it's better next year. If I had to say what my favourite Gatherand was, it probably was still 2023, just because of how unknown it was and oh, we get the free kick there. It was probably 2023. It might have been 2024 if it wasn't for what happened on the Saturday night. But getting to go to every single game, there were just lots of challenges that I had to put up with because of my own mistakes, I guess. I haven't watched Lockie's Gatherand vlog yet, but I will. Oh! I thought Ryan got that, but Ryan's always dangerous. Kind of went a little bit too early with that. Whinge. Typical Saint supporter. I don't think I've whinged once. Not about the game yet. 2023 was great. Your team's a joke. Can't believe you had them finishing 5th. Yeah, TDK. Don't think he's kicked a goal yet for us this year, though. That's maybe the one, which is kind of not concerning, but you'd want more output from TDK if he's going to be spending him and Marshall time in the forward line. You know, we could still finish in a top 6 spot if we win a big game like a statement game. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's only round 5 and the season's building. He hasn't kicked one, so this is for his first. Oh damn, that's really fucking annoying. He's kicked 4 now, 4 behinds for the season. 4 behinds. And you just want to take your chances here at the Adelaide Oval early on. Against a side that we don't play well against. And we don't score much either. 1.7 million. Well, I'm sure if he was playing for a side like Geelong or whatever, they wouldn't have had to pay him that much. But sometimes you got to pay what you have to pay. You guys should improve as the season goes on, but I think we will. Anyways, we've slowed the game down, which is probably what we want, in all honesty. Oh my god. Good one. Good one, Wilson. Oh, Wilson, you've made 2 really bad mistakes there. It's impossible to watch a game fully on the hill. Next year, I'm going to do as much as I can to get, like... It depends on who wants to join me, but I'm going to get, like, enough tickets in spots where I can sit... Because I like to have a balance. There wasn't enough of a balance last year. Or not last year, last week. So when there's like 4 or 5 Adelaide Oval games, well, that's all I'm doing. It can actually lose its value, which it did. Naz 2 million off the back of 1 game. He still would have been. I still think he would have been our highest paid player if that game never occurred. But yeah, they helped his cause a lot. Those 2 goals cost him an extra 400 grand at least. Need him to have another big game tonight as well, I reckon. Haven't seen him much so far yet. Oh, Marley, Rankin. Played well last week. He's back into form. Dan, he's missed. What's wrong with the crowd going up early there? That was nowhere near a goal. 79,000. Was that the crowd for Collingwood v Carlton? Didn't even... I literally watched like maybe a quarter and a half of that game. Mate, Marshall, I wouldn't be... I would almost consider dropping him for like a Keeler, which I know sounds so weird, but if he has no impact today, like what's the use? He's not adding any value. Now go... Sharman couldn't quite do enough there. Well, I think the unders might be looking good so far. TDK's looked lively early on. Gets it again. Wood. Busy. Sinclair. Oh, shit. I fucking forgot on Supercoach to get rid of the captaincy of Sinclair. I don't know why I left him as captain anyways. All right. Chance here. Flanders. Yeah, neither two have done anything in the forward line, but he just... Oh, good stuff. There we go. Sharman marks in the 50. Only took 4 marks inside 50 last week. Go time that guy out. Oh, because he's putting a fucking phone number in the chat. Hide that, yeah, just hide any... I don't even know how you even were allowed to put that through. That should be removed before it even gets allowed in the chat in the first place. I actually knew he was going to miss that. I knew he was going to miss that. All right, if I had to say the final scoreline tonight's going to be something like Adelaide will kick like 14 goals 7 to like 10 goals 13 or something. I mean, of the 3 games, if I looked at it before the start of the Saturday, this would have been the one that had the biggest chance of being close, but could still be. Hawthorn Port was pretty good, wasn't it? Another entry, and nice kick to Ryan. Precision that was. When's the superstar Max King coming? Apparently he might be coming back in the next week or 2. So VFL footy next week against whoever they play next week. And then Carlton, he might be back for Carlton, but it sounds quite quicker than I was expecting given his situation a few weeks ago. Nice, Ryan! Whoa! Nice. He's been a good pickup. Probably almost better than probably better so far than Flanders and TDK Valley was. No way, get fucked, fuck up. Don't get me wrong, the Hill's elite, but it's only good when you're with other people, and it's good to have a bit of balance as well. Yeah, that's the only reason I was there for that last game, Port Adelaide Saints, because I had tickets in seats, but the seats were in shit spots, and it would have just been me. So it would have been better to have banter with the Port Adelaide fans. You stream any games tomorrow? No, but I'm definitely going to be streaming more games next week. So probably at least two games a week, and just more variety in general, more like going to games and stuff like that. 100%. Go Wilson. Ping it. Darcy Wilson. Yeah, baby. Woohoo. I don't often go the woohoo. Why did I go the woohoo there? Doesn't matter. Nice start. If anything, we probably would have liked to beat up by more, but now we're taking advantage. I think Collingwood's getting Ben King. I doubt it. I reckon he's staying. There we go. This oh, I really feel for Dawson and his partner. Look at that. Yeah, well, great show of respect from the crowd here. Is this the 12th minute mark? Yep, 12th minute mark. No, you didn't spoil, mate. Cringe. Hope you're not referring to what we just saw on the screen. The woohoo was cringe, I'll give you that. Nice stuff, Philippou. No, he's not. Dawson's not playing, but he's there. I'm actually surprised he's there, to be honest. I thought he would just be with his family who live like in Robe, which is 4 hours away from Adelaide. That was what I would have thought. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's going to rock him a little bit. Obviously, no Dawson, like on paper, is beneficial. He's probably their best player, just about Adelaide's, but not to say that we can, make that a positive or anything like that. But look at this, cutting them up. Just a bad finish with that last kick. Well, if wild cards are finals, then I think we'll finish 10. I think we'll finish in the top 10. Yes. Especially if we win this game. It sort of sets up the next few. We've got a few easy games to come. Although I'm never going to go into a Carlton game feeling confident. After last year when we played them at the G. Have you seen Hotkey's new AFLW video? He absolutely bags out AFLW. Oh, Hotkey's always brutal. I haven't watched it. And I think I'll refrain from doing that on stream at least. Just saw the Port game we lost, but done a good... Yeah, very good effort the way you planned out that game over against the Hawks. First quarter, I didn't watch the first quarter. I turned it on at quarter time after coming home. Down by 5 goals. I'm like, oh, Port are put her in a bit of trouble. But if the fact you kept up with them all game, could have even won with that Georgiades shot. To result, I'm sure you were be disappointed at the end you couldn't get the win, but probably best case scenario because you end up finishing with a loss and a positive game, so it's good for draft picks because you need them. Compensation. I'm pissed off that we didn't get a scoring chance there. Too many dumb decisions there. Higgins could have gone the shot. Ball! Wilson's been big in this first quarter. Made a couple of mistakes, but it's made up for it. Nah, no scoops for tonight and probably forever. Come on, let's get a few more here. Seems like we played better interstate in 2020. Ah, shit. Yeah, yep, I know that. Charlie Edwards. He was the guy that got run down there, wasn't he? Brad Hill. Been very good this year. Go out, and it has gone out. I say that because he won't want to get on. Not because I wouldn't want to get him on, because he won't want to get on. I didn't, Luke. Not really. It wasn't, I probably don't, I don't want to talk about what happened over the last few days, but yeah, it was an alright birthday, I guess. Spent time with family, and that's all that really matters. Might do something next week, though. Free kick. It's going to go back. So free kick to Adelaide. Which is a bit frustrating. Isn't he like 5'4"? Yeah, I think he's around that height because a lot of the female players he does videos with are like the same height or taller. Not like it doesn't matter, does it? Round 1, 2021, Collingwood Magpies v West Bulldogs stream. What a stream that was. Honestly, what a stream that was. Not many would remember. Look away. I looked away for a second there, and Thilthorpe has the footy on the... Oh, stuff the kick massively. He's kicked out on the full. Get stuff, Thilthorpe. I will definitely take an 8-point lead at quarter time. There's still 8 minutes to go, but I'll take this 8-point lead. Don't kick it out in the full there. Imagine losing to us next week in West Coast. We shouldn't lose that. We shouldn't be, yeah, the margin shouldn't go under 5 goals for that game. We should be aiming to win that game by 10 goals. West Coast at home can be a different breed, and we know that from previous games. The last 4 games we played, I think every West Coast, we've never had a comfortable win over West Coast away from home. Collingwood Essendon's going to be a good game now. Going to be a better game, and I'll probably go to that game as well. Essendon look like a genuinely competitive side now. But Collingwood are going to be still harder to beat. Bit of a scrap this game is so far. Adelaide haven't been able to make the most of their chances in this last 5 minutes. They'll get the ball back here. And we'll get another crack. Oh, dropped it. Keys, good one, mate. Winager, Sinclair on the rebound. Let's see. Sinclair again. Can we get out the back? We do. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. This is good link-up play. When we versed West Coast and North, we lost both of those games. And if we won against the Hawks would have been worse than West Coast and North. Butters footy. Well, if you want to use that logic, then sure. If you did beat them, then technically that's the case. He's kicked the goal. Wasn't quite sure until he made the indication, and that's the third goal now for the Saints. So we've really started early. Once again, the better of the two sides. We've had strong starts in every game we've played this year, but not great finishes, and it's kind of the opposite for the Crows, isn't it? Blake, yeah, we'll see tomorrow. I think the 3v3, and then whatever's happening afterwards, Melbourne v Brisbane or whatever the fuck it's going on. Sinclair's been huge so far. Yes, Sinclair's been good. Wilson, I've liked Philippu's game. Let's continue. I think... Oh, why did Flanders go that kick? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Philippu on cue. Misses. No 3v. Oh, we're not doing a 3v. To be fair, like, who's going to rock up? And I don't really... I'm not complaining too much because I'm sore. And I'm actually going to the gyms in the morning. Or at least this week I've been going. So I'll probably go tomorrow then, if that's the case. I wouldn't have gone if we were doing the 3v3, because fuck that. So just the Melbourne v Brisbane game, which I think will be... It's going to be hard to beat for game of the round. What would a game of the round been so far? Would you say Carlton Collingwood? Even though if I looked at it on paper, a scoreline with 108, 119. Or what was it? Like 110, 119. That's almost hard to beat. 15 disposals for Jack Sinclair. Please tell me I kept him as Supercoach captain. Because I don't think I changed it. I didn't change it. Although he has only 39. When's the gather round video? Yeah, I'll get it out next week. Definitely. Even if there are bits I'm not happy with, because I'll be honest with you, on the Saturday night, Hawthorn v Bulldogs, I did not have the mental capacity to actually head out of the hotel room. I waited there for a good 45 minutes until I had I don't know, I just had some episode, and I got to the game at halftime, and then as soon as the game finished, I left. It was like I wasn't present. So it's probably a reason why there was like very few videos posted on my Instagram, because I was just out of the whole loop. I just couldn't put myself through it. It was difficult that it had to happen over gather round. But like, I still obviously filmed the video. Like, there's still good footage over the week. So yeah, get a video out. This week's best game was definitely Hawthorn Port. Yeah, probably Hawthorn Port, but Gold Coast v Essendon for 3 quarters was really good. This 15 for Sinclair and 11 for Wilkie. We've had a lot more marks as well, haven't we? This is what I'm saying. Like we probably, I'd probably say we should actually be up by more. With all of this dominance, we still don't put it on the scoreboard and make it hurt, and then we know it will happen. Adelaide are going to get their chance, like they always do at home, and then they'll probably end up hitting the front. So I'm not confident that this is going to sustain itself. Naz is going to get the 1, 2, 3. He might get another one there. Sinclair, I think, has 16 disposals. We're on Sinclair watch for a 50 bomb, by the way. Could you imagine? Could you actually imagine that? Cardman Hollands. I don't know if you want to joke about that, to be honest. Like, if you guys really want to do that, fucking, that's on you guys. But like, okay, not one of those episodes, but I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it just was like, I could not put myself through it. It was like a stress sort of situation, which again, I've never had at the footy. Well, not like at the footy or in general. Oh, there you go. No one on him. Higgins is going to kick a second unless he fucks this up. Hawthorn v Port, Suns v Bombers, Carlton Collingwood. We've had three of 5 games have been good, and I'd argue Geelong v Western Bulldogs, because there was a 10-goal game, was almost not as good, but almost consider it to be a pretty entertaining game. Daniel Cameraman. I would assume that's a joke of a comment, you would think. Lovely goal. Well, it was a textbook snap there from Higgins, 10 out, but it doesn't matter. 8-28 to start things off in the first quarter. I might not go to another St Kilda game again. 2-0. I could be... Gosh, I'm jumping this call very early, but looking like a 2-0. Why am I saying we've... No, we haven't won the game yet. What the fuck am I talking about? What the fuck am I on about? Oh, apparently I should monitor my swearing, because my uncle, I saw him briefly today. He has like young kids, and they all jumped on the Giants and Kilda stream, and they decided that was a great idea to do in the last quarter. And apparently I was using explicit language, but clearly my cousins didn't seem to care, and they were like 6. Unironically, I think they're 6 and 7 now, their ages. Please rank 2026 gather round and Anzac round. Well, I'll do the Anzac. I can definitely do the Anzac round Guernseys. Gather round's a bit late for that. But if you want to see Anzac round Guernsey's red ball, hopefully enough teams actually release them this year, like last year. That's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the one from last year. I like that more than their one this year. Although this year's one's still nice and clean, but the away one looks nicer. No, I appreciate the concern there, Brett, but I'm good for now. I'm good right now. Good stuff, Wilkie. Good stuff, Wilkie. Absolutely killing Tex. Do I have Jack Sinclair in AFL? Yeah, I do. Let's get one more before the end of the quarter. That's a free kick. Marshall. Haven't seen him a lot, unsurprisingly. Higgins runs onto it. In play. Oh my God, that would have been an awesome goal. We actually look like this is the side that we were expecting in the preseason. Like we're absolutely just dominating right now. Adelaide look lost, and they want this quarter to just end as quickly as they can. We've kept Thilthorpe, and we've kept their tools really well held. I'm very, very just glad with how we've been set up in this game so far. This is really good to watch. Flanders is going to rack up another. Wilkie will get more than 10 interceptions. Mate, he's on track to break a record, mate. I don't know what the record is, but... Do you do Supercoach? Yes, I do. Get rid of it. 25 seconds. Wood couldn't collect that. Pedler might have almost kicked that out in the full. Shit. That'll be a free kick. That'll be a free kick, but they haven't stopped the clock. There's 4 seconds. I don't think they're going to have enough time here. They've got to get things done perfectly here. Thank you for the membership, PRW, PWR, Nick, and Joseph as well, the $2. I didn't acknowledge that was a dono, so thank you for that. Well, I've seen crazier things, I guess, but a barrel from 70 I'm not expecting. Is this Cook? Sinclair, Wilkie, 30 combined in the first quarter. Nah, hasn't got onto it. Who was it? Was it Blakey that had a torp against the Giants last night and almost got onto a solid one? I think it was 75 out. Good start. You can't, like, this is probably about as good as of a start as I would have expected or hoped for when you really think about it. This is just the opposite of what normally happens when we play Adelaide, but that was Zach Taylor, not Cook. They do look similar in my mind. I still have Cook in my fantasy team. Charlie Edwards on -1 fantasy points because of that rundown tackle from earlier, which is interesting in his first game. 2 disposals though. Dominated both quarters the last 2 weeks, so looking impressive. Just need to take their opportunities in front of goal. Yeah, I think, I don't know what the expected scores would be, but I'd probably say we'd be on 5 or 6 goals. But even then, like, yeah, impressed with the start. But footy is a 4-quarter game, and tell that to Carlton. So we'll see if we can sustain this. Hopefully we can. Or even if Adelaide get their game going at some stage, hopefully we just get momentum back when the opportunity comes. Did you see Jezza kick 10? It's just not the game you'd expect Jezza to kick 10 in. You expect any players that do kick 10 plus goals, they'd be against like the cellar dwellers, not the Bulldogs. That's, yeah, like if you had told me the Bulldogs could concede 10 goals in a game, I'd be like, fuck. Only 10% of tipsters went the Saints, and sometimes I don't go the Saints because I just don't want people to think I'm just tipping them because I go for them, which is a bit shit. Like if I really thought we were going to win, I would have tipped us, but I didn't really think that. Classic. Because Adelaide, even though they got outs, it's still a really hard side to beat at home. But right now, this is a worrying start for Adelaide and their season, because they got Brisbane next week as well. They will not finish top 6 if they don't win this game. Yeah, hard for Dirksen, but at the end of the day, like he might get another opportunity like that later in his career, and he'll have the he'll sort of know what to expect a little bit. And everyone went around him at least. Like it was good to see them get around him, even though he did miss.
No, she's legit. It's not like that.
Yeah, I forgot about that, Zoe. I forgot that you have to change your username again. Look, I don't know if you care that much or if people care, but I wouldn't have expected it to be changed after 6 days. But yeah, no. Gatherand was good. Like, I still enjoyed Gatherand, but I did talk about what my thoughts were on Gatherand a little earlier in the stream. I've enjoyed Gatherand more in other years, but that's just more of a me thing. But yeah, that bet though. Thank fuck that I didn't have to do anything. I would have maybe jumped in the torrents or whatever you call it if we had a loss. That would have been. I have to change the modem. All right, cool. I expected that reset to take a lot longer, so the fact that it only took 30 seconds, I'm kind of glad about, and it only happened at quarter time as well. Sorry, guys, for that interruption.
Welcome back to Adelaide Oval, where the Saints have the game right on their terms. They've dominated.
Tipping Carlton, yeah, you can't trust the Blues, even though like that's not even that bad of a tip. Like, I could have easily seen them winning that. Let me just chuck something up. Well, do you like Tom Dick? Myers ACL as well as... How did that come about? Because I saw that. Explain it a little bit more, Go Time. How did that Myers ACL come about? Six marks for Wilkie. He's on track for 25.
17 is the equal most
Making figure out what caption to put here. Misdiagnosed by the doctors, I'm assuming. It happens, unfortunately. Yeah, fuck. Fuck. Myers is he's a significant loss when you think about it. Just setting up so many of their scoring shots. All right, well let's see if we can keep this up for 2 quarters now. Let's see. Second quarter.
As well, he was sluggish last week, Rowan Marshall. He's had 4 clearances himself, the big fella. Garcia's been good around the ball, following on from last week. After Manganine Miller, he kicks it long, but not to anyone in his own team.
Fuck off, internet.
Tonight. Referred to Paul Hayes, who have been in for a couple of weeks and have done quite a good job, but they've turned it over again. Windhager's kick.
It's not surprising.
Was bang on, and Higgins takes the mark. Yeah, they turned it over tonight, and hopefully.
Oh, we've kicked a goal. I don't know what happened. Who kicked that? Couldn't see what happened there because had another error with the internet. So yeah, sorry guys for that. But I'm not complaining. I don't know who kicked that. Thilthorpe's going to get one straight away though. You would think Thilthorpe has a day out. But on Silvani after last week, good luck. Probably should have tipped the Saints. I don't care about who I tip or who I don't tip anymore. I don't care like as much as other people do. I care more about like the fantasy and all that because that's more skill involved. So after 5 in a row for the Saints, the Crows finally get one back, and I think you guys can hear the goal song if it's playing. A little bit of Wenger boys, a Wenger bus, I should say. But I don't know if you can hear that because it's quiet. It's pretty quiet. So 14-34. I still haven't put a story up. The quarter time score was the same tonight as the Port. Similar. I don't know if it was the same. Might have been the same, but it would have been very similar. I know that for a fact. We've never beaten the We've never won 2 weeks in a row at the Adelaide Oval, so this would be a first. Huge morale booster heading into the next few weeks. Still can't believe that Thilthorpe and Silvani are the same height. Just brutal. They're not the same height. I know, Thilthorpe. Is Thilthorpe not like 198? I know he's well, how tall is Silvani? He's 194. They're a similar height. He's our tallest key defender, Silvani, but he's not the same height as Thilthorpe. No, he's actually 201, so he's got 7 centimeters on him. Rankin from the boundary. Probably didn't need to do that. They're both 194. You might be thinking of another player, like maybe Tex. He's 194, but Thilthorpe's 201, and I didn't think he was the same height. Just doesn't add up.
Because they've got space in the midfield. They're getting 3 or 4 metres from their players every time. Long, but it's a holding
free kick to Thilthorpe. Oh, good kick, mate. Oh, what? He's kicked this? No. I'd like to see that again. I really would like to see that again. Saints will lose. Ha 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 ha. K Cardi, I sent every AFL team a letter and I was wondering for your thoughts on what teams would be first or last to respond. I've always wanted to do something like that. It's a good challenge to set out to yeah, see what the clubs can give you back if you ask for merch or whatever. I reckon one of the expansion clubs would probably be the best bet, in my opinion. Nice stuff, Darcy Wilson. And Dan Blightler will run around, and that's his bread and butter. Bloody hell. The more I watch Darcy Wilson play, the more I think he's going to be a Jet. My friend calls me a bandwagon as I left some St. Kilda. What? Doesn't make sense. Nah, he hasn't missed. He has not missed. Of course, the one Adelaide trip I don't make, we actually play really good. This is the best footy I've seen us play all year. 15 to 40.
Peatling's trying to catch him, but he's way out in his own. We only said that just before. They're looking confident because they've got so much time and space. Adelaide's pressure is non-existent, and St Kilda good enough to make them pay.
And just for the record, Kenny did apologise to Mitch Owens for not passing it to him.
The coach keeps coming out. You want to make sure you kick that boy, and he got it done, and well done. I mean, Roo, you talked about
All right, back on track here. I know every single... It's weird. It's not something I'm used to with the interstate stuff. McAndrew got the kick away there, Rankin. Oh, they're out here. Good stuff, Wilkie again. Man, if we didn't have Wilkie... And honestly, if Silvani wasn't playing for us, we'd be so much worse off, wouldn't we? You thought I'd be in Adelaide? I can understand why you thought that, Zay. I didn't end up getting the opportunity to go. I just don't enjoy solo trips that much anymore. And I didn't have anyone that that wanted to head up in such short notice. Plus, yeah, didn't have a very great week, so I thought, all things considered, we'll watch the game on TV and make another interstate trip later in the year, because I don't need to go on all of the interstate trips just for the sake of it. I still don't think we're going to win this game by, if we win this game, we're not going to win this game by more than 4 goals, to be honest. It's just not something that I've got trust in so far with what we've seen this year. I did film gather round content. I just didn't really film as much because I wasn't feeling great over gather round, just personally, unfortunately. So it made things a lot tougher than in previous gather rounds. It made things much tougher, but I try not to let it affect me as much as it could have. But remember, I never released my gather round stuff that early in previous years. I remember my gather round vlog from last year. I put it out like 8 weeks late. Like, I'm not doing that. I need to go to Perth later this year if it's cheap. Made a bet and Eagles won. I think the Cats play in Perth like in mid-year. Wouldn't you just go for a Cats game to make it worth it? Make worth the value of the trip. Doing banner tomorrow for North. I want to help it. I want to help for it during the week. Just contact like someone who's got higher order in the cheer squad, because anyone could probably rock up to. I've been to a couple banner making sessions before. Well, I think one was AFLW, but. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know if you have to be part of the cheer squad. I mean, I'm not, but because I knew people, it was quite enjoyable actually. For a couple hours and chatting to some people that you might not know. Carroll. Let's see who flies here. Smalls look dangerous as well. I like Butler in the side. Crows in the pole is spelt. It's spelt Crom. It's spelt Crom, not Crows. Do you mean by like helping like build the banner or set up the banner? Don't go the dribble there, mate. Stream any games tomorrow. Won't be streaming tomorrow, but next Thursday night will probably be the next time I do a stream, which is the Bulldogs Sydney game. Right now, I think Sydney are the best team in it right now. They looked so good against GWS. Like, absolutely perfection, some of their plays they made. All right, this is a rare bit of dominance from the other Crows with this play down the wing. Cook, nice stuff, Stocker. Am I the only one to tip the Saint? It'd be one of a few because only 10% did when the odds were like, they ended up being like $2.15 before the start of the game. I think I saw it like $2.20 or something. They were like closer to $3 before all the stuff that happened over the weekend, during the week. Philippou didn't look with their kick though. Cats play Dockers on a Thursday. Yeah, it's a Thursday. That's tough. I know we have Freo on but I probably will go to that Freo game. Probably. And then it's got, there aren't a lot of, there really aren't too many. Oh, Walker. He's marked it, I think. Yeah. He's just too strong sometimes. Wouldn't mind seeing a replay. You don't want Tex to start getting on top here because he's had no impact yet. Cats might break the grand final curse with how they're going right now. Yeah, and I was thinking about that last night. All their plays seem to be finding form now because Jez has started slow. He's kicked 10, so he's back. And Tex kicks his first. So Adelaide are not going to say die in this game. What the fuck? Do you know how many tackles Jordan do? Stop asking that fucking question, mate. 55-month member, Lockman Gaming. That definitely is the most I think that I've got of any membership amount from any person. So, yeah, thank you, mate. 3.5 years. That's more than that. That's 4.5. Over 4.5. Still had the memberships. I think I remember that. Oh, it was 2021 I set them up. I reckon it was in like August or something. Might not be the most. I think a few others Stab for life, but I don't know how long they've let it continue running. So you're definitely a real one, mate. Come on. Centre clearances 4-1 Adelaide's way this quarter. They're getting on top a little bit more. Wood just kicks it into no one. Stocker. Pedler kicks it to, I say open space. That'll go out. Well, OG for a while. I don't know if that's considered true OG. 10,000 around that time. Yeah, probably true. Yeah, probably an OG, I'd say for sure. 14 points is the margin. Crows, I believe, have kicked the 3 goals to 2. But I still think the way we're playing will continue allowing us to generate more score here. But Rochelle probably should have handballed it there. Walker, come on, Wilkie. Neil Bullen really should have converted there. Surprised we didn't concede. Really surprised we didn't concede. Do they freeze? What do you mean by freezing chat? Do they freeze the chat when there are ads? I just cannot control that, unfortunately.
They've got their pressure back, Roo. That's what they have got. They've got up over 2 for this quarter, so that's what's making a difference for them.
202 to 158. They were like nowhere with their pressure in the first quarter. So you just when that starts to lift, it makes it more difficult.
Rips it out of the air against Finbar Maley. He's got the experience over the new Adelaide recruit. Philippou left it behind.
Philippou, Naz, delightful kick. Lovely stuff there, Butler. These passenger plays make me excited. They make me really excited. That was very, very good footy. We do that most weeks. We'll win games. Was about to say should have been a high free kick, but they paid it. The Mason Wood one. That was a great link up, and it was all set up by that Naz kick. But Mitch Owens is always an unnervy one. I'd have. He's either good from outside 50, but can't kick within the 30 range, or just shit overall. And missed that. So 6-6. Can never kick 10 goals 2 or 8 goals 4. It's always 4 goals 8. 6 isn't too bad, but a couple of gettable ones here. Nice work. It's good, Catherine. Yeah, no, good. Going well. TDK on the bench. Hopefully, he can come back on the field soon. He's been on the bench for 9 minutes. Hunter, are they just managing his minutes? I only played 50% of game time last week, to be fair, and I guess you can allow that to happen. Boxall. Liam Ryan. Oh, see, our kicks inside 50 haven't been bad. They really haven't been bad. The back heel and Owen's another point. The fact that D's at 10th is disgraceful. Oh, I fucking clicked the wrong button. D's are 3. They're 3-2 for a reason, but like, it's just weird the sides that they've been able to beat, but then the sides that they've also lost to. I said it after the Gold Coast game that they'd be top 10. I think I said that they could actually end up finishing top 6. I'm still going to hold myself to that. Maybe if they beat Brisbane, but yeah, that was hard to have faith in the team when they're losing to Essendon by 45 points. Probably hard to have faith just in general. Nah. No one was on Thilthorpe there. Had all the space he wanted to walk up for that. And can line up for his, I think, his second goal. I think he's kicked one already, hasn't he?
He's got this fellow who's, 8, 9 centimetres tall.
Yeah, 7 centimetres.
So, and just get someone in the hole where he's obviously going to lead to help chop out in the air, which seems a bit easier from up here than it does down there.
Kick 1-4 last week.
I had this guy for Coleman medal. Probably will never win a Coleman with the way his game is, to be honest. He's missed it. Don't think they'll finish top 6, but with how they've started the season, Melbourne yeah, they should be aiming for top 10. That they are good enough to finish top 10. We'll see if that Melbourne game was a flash in the radar, though. Or that Essendon game, I should say. Clark is back out in the field. TDK. Oh, could have been a free kick for high. They do pay it. Who do you support, Robert?
He's coming at, isn't it?
Yep.
Get back to it if we get a
That's
chance.
fine. That's fine. If you want to hop off at 3/4 time,
Clear up.
it's fine
Ideas initially, and then
by me, mate.
pops up. Turned to the team last week, has held his spot.
They're just chipping around Adelaide,
Back. Michael Laney,
not giving him a lot, which is good.
maintain control.
Now they're
gets some
going.
territory.
Laird.
Got it from Pedler. Up to meet it. Cook. Geordie's work. We know it's a
Cook.
long kick, and on this occasion, he's
Oh, good kick actually. Finds Neil Bullen in the pocket.
Tough shot from there, though.
See, the Adelaide is starting to slowly get back into the game here. We haven't been too far off at this quarter. We've had enough opportunities, to be fair.
Tough kick, though.
It is a tough kick, but he's one player you think he's gonna make it happen.
one goal again.
When's the next stream? It will be Thursday night next week.
In the 5 games. The ex-Demon
Dogs v Swans.
bringing his premiership experience.
And that's always going to be put to the left. Oh, no, on the line. I think Maley's marked that. They're going to pay it.
Just gonna say, when you have him
No one flew.
that side with a right foot, he can kick it across, and the big fellas come in.
The Moose, I don't think he's... Can't recall him kicking a goal for the Crows in games that I've seen at least.
Proficient at marking than kicking, but maybe
And in games that I've seen, he's kicked 2 goals, 1. And he's kicked the first for his night in this one. And it's 9 points now. Going to Melbourne for Anzac Day. Yeah, that should be exciting to go, especially over Anzac Day. Lots of footy. If you get the chance to go to the actual game as well, I assume you probably are. If you're an Essendon fan, which it seems like you are in the chat.
He takes more than his fair share of marks, Findo. He's definitely on the improve.
Got to be better than that. Had to whack it through.
mark that was.
Yeah, they didn't even go up. They just watched him fly. It's like they expected that it was just going to go over the line.
A fair way off it. They're 9 points down. They're right back in the game here at Adelaide Oval, and they just
They, oh, they shouldn't be fucking down, but we should be up still by a few goals, really.
and clearly if they can take marks like that in the forward line.
It's lopsided now.
This has been 4-1 in Adelaide's favour in the second quarter.
Marshall takes out of the air. They need someone to take control.
Well, they had like no one on the bench in the last quarter. What was it, like 36 points? They just got absolutely just
Holds it in the area. Crows have kicked the last 3 goals of this game.
absolutely walked over in the last quarter.
Had a run of 5 goals in a row when they were hot. McAndrew, Marshall,
But holes are starting to open up now with the with you know lack of depth.
Hill, pops it. Just overcooked it a little, and Bond.
Another behind.
Happy to see it sail over his head.
So 34-44.
Minor.
Imagine saying a few weeks ago that dogs are going to be around $4 in a game. I know I know, like that's how badly their season's gone from.
Changed it a few
Yeah, looking like they were
times. The outcome is
one of the premiership favourites to
Pedler and Taylor Walker both there. Philippo
could be fighting for a wild card spot even. Like that's probably where they're sitting right now if it continues.
Settling access.
That's what everyone's thinking at least.
And able to take it through Shelley and Laird, the advantage. Out to Cook, got some width.
Because what was the final margin at the end? 75 points.
Keeping on, gets to
Just nowhere near it. And even without those injuries in the first half, and it just made things more difficult later on in the game.
Taylor. Makes that or not, but as you saw, it got away from him and goes over.
Free kick Saints as usual. That hasn't been noticed as much today.
Much more systematic by the Crows, more confident in just about every aspect in this second term.
Yeah, I don't like how Anzac Day's on a Saturday.
Cut the margin to 10.
Just it is a little bit weird. It's sort of
And this is where they can get dangerous. With the likes of
it shouldn't make sense, but it does. Oh, here we go, Rochelle. Bread and butter. Why do you have so much space to himself? Why did he have so much space to himself there?
Yeah, it was a great call, Hutto. You know, they both know how to kick goals. And they work there, Hutto. You reckon he was
Hopefully Trelaw can stay fit. And
replay somehow, but it was a great bit of
when's Trelaw going to play for them, right? Surely next week.
on top around the
What's happening with him?
ball. And they're moving
Because didn't he re-injure himself a couple of weeks ago
and then
when he was finding good form in the VFL? He just couldn't get a spot on the side, and now
best players going to work and they finish like that. Amazing.
yeah, and Bont looked really underdone. He just didn't have the influence that he normally would in the game.
He certainly had a great season last week. Second of a player in a match to have 25 plus disposals.
So all of a sudden, margin's 4 points, and you see this story happen time and time again. so far this year. Start really well. Typically start well in the first half, but Adelaide are really storming now in this quarter. 5 goals to 2. And mark to Walker. It's not what it's like in the first quarter. It's completely changed. Would have made the Bev show happy. Does the Bev... Yeah, the Bev show post after every game, doesn't he? He played VFL yesterday. 41 disposals. Yeah, he'll surely play next week then. They've got Sydney, so they'll need all the talent they can get in the middle, especially. That looks good. So they've hit the lead. They have hit the lead just like that. Fucking hell. Honestly. Oh, why does it do that? The stupid graphic. Fuck me. What is the free kick count? Why is everyone saying free kick Saints? Let's see. 6-6, mate. Classic Saints. Well, at least we can address this concern heading into half-time. Because it wasn't looking so badly in the first half of the quarter, but, man, just when you drop pressure off a little bit against Adelaide, they make you pay. And they can score quickly. We're not winning it out the middle either. We can't seem to win it out the middle. Neil Bullen plays on. Tried to go to Philthorpe there. Always dangerous. Are you striking the streaming the Derby? I think the Derby could be okay to watch. I'd tune in if I could, but I'll be at the footy tomorrow in Melbourne, Brisbane. Oh, worrying when TDK just lets the opposition ruckman do that. Ball though. Edwards has had a difficult start to his career. Because that's the thing, Bitter does that, and he's done that before, and now I've done what Bitter does, Lockie. Oh, you fuckwits. Wilkie gets an extra stat, though. That might come back. That will definitely come back. I'm tapping the pen because I'm getting nervous. No, I don't really get too nervous in the second quarter. Rarely, at least. Let's just stem the run of goals. We need to get one back. It was 4 goals not that long ago. They've kicked the last 4 of the game. Actually, I think they've kicked the last 5. I think they've kicked the last 5 of the game. Is it crazy that I tipped this? Not entirely. Not entirely, but you'd be a little disappointed with this last 10 or 15 minutes of play, with how the pressure's really dropped off. Garcia. Oh, no, they're going to get it back. So we're back to our old ways of bombing it long down. Oh, that could be a tight one. Rochelle goes into the middle, which is dangerous. Can we cut it off? We will. Oh, shit. We're almost Butler. Can we win that? We can't. They're going to get it back. Walker on the wing. Every time he goes near it, they go crazy. And then he's just completely butchered it. Hunter Clark might come back, but Butler. Come on, come on. We need someone. Someone running with him. Oh, Winhager kicks into the man of the mark. Sinclair racks up another one. A wayward ball. That's going to go nowhere. Naz is resting forward line here, but I don't know if that's the play. We might need him more around the footy.
has been inspirational. Cheddar as they call him.
We've got no targets right now in the 50. We're just bombing it.
Bullen back to Cheddar.
I hate when they don't show a decent game to instead West Coast rolling shit.
Couldn't quite collect it, but it did
Oh, is this?
clip his
What do you
fingers.
mean by that? Is this because West Coast have another game to finish off the round? What? I don't know what you mean by that. Looks like Ross Lyon's fallen asleep. Flanders will get another disposal. He's had a lot of it today, to be honest. But still a little bit butchery with his ball use. Crow's going to get it back. Going to go through the corridor. Look at this. Millera. We're not going to score from here. Adelaide might. Someone just spoil it. Get it out of the danger zone. Done. That's gone. That has to be gone. That has to... Ah, we are going to concede in the last freaking 5 seconds of the quarter. They're going to kick 7 goals here. Just to our 2. I haven't streamed on Twitch since 2020, Matt. They are absolutely back here, Adelaide. Peeling from the easiest of all spots. So they lead by 8 points. My tip looks bad now. That's all right. We'll respond. We have to respond the second half. Just have to. For when the going gets tough, I guess. Fucking 7 goals, though, that quarter. I think they kicked the last 6 goals to finish off that quarter. It looked pretty good early. It looked like we kept on. We started the second quarter the way we ended the first, but... yeah, this is the Adelaide we've come to expect whenever we play them at this venue. Do you think the Saints' fitness is the reason they drop off at the start of games? Well, you wouldn't hope fitness is an issue because it wasn't last. It was sort of the opposite last year. We'd start kind of slow and then we'd sort of run out games and sometimes overrun teams, and we were actually that's one of Ross Lyon's main components that he addresses the play, like just instilling on making sure everyone's fit. So they've had a massive preseason. Hopefully fitness isn't a worry, but could be something at play. But hopefully the second half, yeah, we've had terrible third quarters, so we're backs against the wall. Third quarter is gonna test a lot of the playing group, because if we don't do something, we could be down by 24, 30 points, and then that's the game. We're not going to come back in the last quarter. So, yeah, it could play it to become a really good game of footy, or Adelaide could end up walking away with a pretty easy win. Who's been BOG so far? Well, in the first quarter, like Sinclair and Wilkie down back were huge, but just didn't really have as much of an impact since. So I don't know, who does everyone have BOG in the chat? It'd probably have to be an Adelaide player almost. Like they really turned things off. Neil Bullen, I don't know if he's BOG, but he's been huge, and he was huge in that second quarter. Rochelle, he got going. Yeah, like good time for it for things to reset. But what was it? I think six goals in a row that the Crows kicked, wasn't it? So, yeah, certainly disappointing, but probably what a lot of people at some stage would have expected. But we knew that the Crows were not going to have a shit performance. They were going to play for bloody Dawson, the Dawson family. So, Got our work cut out in this second half. Darcy Wilson's, Darcy Wilson's, I don't know, I think he's the quickest player in our side. Like, I don't know what his 2K time trial is, but I think it's the quickest in the club. He's fucking quick. And he needs to use that pace to our advantage. Sinclair, the 4 touches. Yeah, still on 20 though at half time, but died down a little bit. I'm not going to set a time and date, for the Gather Round vlog, but I'll start working on it next week, and I probably should be able to finish it next week, realistically. So probably next week. You come into the Bentley game tomorrow. I won't go to the Bentley game tomorrow, but we'll go to a Bentley game, maybe a couple, as the season progresses. I'll need to actually see how you guys. If this is the side from last year, I'll have to make another visit for sure. Did you watch the Cats Bulldogs game, and how do you think the Dogs are going to cope with all these injuries? Well, they haven't got a very good next fortnight. It's Sydney and then Freo. They've had one of the toughest starts of any sides of all sides this year. And then Port away, it's not a free win. It never is a free win. So, yeah, it's gonna be really tough for the Bulldogs. They could easily lose their next couple and then have to go into the that Port game like what 4-4 would be. And the Saints could honestly have the same win-loss record as the Bulldogs after round 8. I'm back to not liking Silvani very much. Yeah, definitely needs to lift in his second half, doesn't he? Naz getting a Brownlow. Hopefully he does. Would be nice to see him with Charlie around the neck, hopefully in St Kilda colours. Assuming he stays at the Saints. When am I making a new mascots ranking? Do people want an updated mascots ranking? Would I have this the Crows mascot higher than the Saints mascot? Well, I still like the old St Kilda mascot, the big chin more. That's an OG. So I can't remember what the Adelaide one looks like. They've dumbed them down though. All these mascots, a lot of them don't look as good. Some of the old ones, I probably have them up higher as an average. Do you think the Dogs make top 6 still, or does Geelong take that spot? Do you reckon? I want to know how severe these injuries are that we've seen from the weekend. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Bont, something's up with him, with what happened. I think it was with his ankle. I think. Battery's exhausted. Did I not put the Did I not put the fucking camera on charge? I've got another battery. I just don't know where I put it. Will be critical for the Saints getting their offensive game up and going again after Adelaide. Let me do that. Let me find the other battery.
Into the newsroom now, bringing the Herald Sun's chief football writer Jay Clark. Jay, there was a bit happening on the Saints bench during that second term. They were trying to get Tom decoding right. Good to see him.
This halftime break's going to be a pretty long one, isn't it?
In terms of his issues with that left hip and lower back.
Yeah, certainly, Kath. There's a big watch on Tom De Koning in this second half, as you say, after wrenching the lower part of his back in a ruck contest in the second term. So he was clearly a sore boy at that point, went to the bench. This is the incident here, and you can tell straight away, pulls up very sore, grabbing to the left side of his...
All right, we're back. Screen went black. Yeah, just had to change the battery on the camera. That's why you have to have a spare one. Can't be having the webcam cutting it anymore. Jack Silvani's a dud. Mate, BOG for us last week, and also probably having a better year than most other key defenders, but needs to lift in the second half. He hasn't had the same impact as in some of his other weeks, and he still makes some silly mistakes. Gather Round was all right, Michaela, but didn't enjoy it as much as some of the other years. 100%. So we win this game, and that would take us still mid-table. We'd be in the top 10 if we win this, but if we lose this game, then that puts us in a bit more of a difficult position. But it's sort of you probably wouldn't pencil this one down as a win pre probably the start of the season anyways, because yeah, Adelaide away is always tough. We pay our ruckman $5 a week. Well, I don't know what team you support, so I don't know what ruckman you're talking about.
Thanks, Jay. We'll cross to you a little later on during half-time.
I don't know what my 2K time trial is.
But also heartwarming at that 12-minute mark.
James, stop wiping your sleeve. Sorry, I didn't notice I was doing that. Sometimes I do things and I don't notice it.
100% well said, Brew.
Butters. Well, he wants to go to a team that's in the premiership window, so we'll write off like Richmond, unless they pay him like absolute overs. I'd probably say, I reckon he ends up going to the Hawks. I think that'll work for both parties most. That's my guess, but I haven't really looked into the situation, but I think that would probably make the most sense. Well, Holland shouldn't have even been playing Jakey. Like, he clearly wasn't right. But again, I wasn't noticing it when watching the game at all until after the game happened. But a lot of people, you saw the footage. Did you manage to go to all the games? No, it was almost impossible. I wasn't going to make the effort to rush around at all the games. When the Barossa is like it's like an hour and 20-minute trip now, if you account for traffic and all that. So I would have had to leave that game at like half time and only just make it for Essendon Melbourne and then go back to Norwood. It would have been too much. Well, a bit of a hassle. How long we got till the second half starts? We're just about halfway through. Wow. Feels like we've been here for ages. Only way Butters will stay in Port, in my opinion, if Port Adelaide gives Butters the captaincy, I think. Well, what and a desperate plea to make him stay. What are his percentage of chance of even staying? Like, less than 5? When's the Gatherand Guernsey vid coming out? Well, it's not happening because Gatherand was last week. I know. Last year I put it out, and I realistically have not had a great start on the channel, and that's obvious. But yeah, I mean it'd be late for that to be put out. Probably an Anzac Day Guernsey video though instead.
You really do have kind. I swear. Classic.
Butters is going to the Dogs, you reckon? I can see Dogs, Hawthorn, and Geelong, but I'm going to say a Hawthorn of all three sides. Can you come to my game tomorrow? Oh, I won't be going to your game tomorrow unless you've got a game like next to the MCG. I'll pop in like a Punt Road wouldn't even host games at the moment. I'm guessing your game's out in the country somewhere, so definitely not. I think I saw a post, Michaela. Yeah, it's rough when especially when a pet passes away because of how loving they are and you have a strong attachment to them. So, yeah, sorry to hear that, Michaela. Hopefully, yeah, you can get through it as best you can. Hopefully, you can share those memories with your dog and your family. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Can you wish me a good luck for my game tomorrow? Go well, mate. I don't know what position you're playing in, but go well. Try and score a goal if you can. I think, yeah, local footy is starting for a lot of clubs this week. I believe practice games have sort of just happened, haven't they? What do you think of an NRL and AFL mascot series? I don't know much of the NRL mascots. Should we go and take a look at some of them and do a tier maker? That'd be kind of funny, actually. Or even just a tier maker on the mascots for the AFL. But I would need an updated one, wouldn't I? Wish me luck for my football game. First real game. I may ruck. Yeah, well done. I say well done on getting a game. I don't know if it's that serious, but it's selection-wise. But yes, hopefully go well tomorrow, mate. In the ruck as well. That's going to be a tough one. I wouldn't want to ruck, but I'd never been in a position to become a ruckman because I was always really short. Since you were 13. Yeah, well, it was extremely rough when my dog Joey passed away as well. We sort of knew a few weeks heading into it that he probably was on his last few months, and then unfortunately it sort of happened a bit quicker than we were expecting. But he died peacefully, so that was I guess as good of an outcome as you could have gotten in a situation like that. And he lived a very happy and really healthy life for the most part. You think Melbourne are going to beat Brisbane tomorrow? Yeah, I do actually. I do think I think they're going to come out and wipe away that game that they had against Essendon, and back at the MCG, they haven't lost yet this year, so I'm saying they continue that and make it four wins in a row. It's a big call for that to happen because Brisbane are in really good form right now. It's hard to beat them, but could do what they did against Gold Coast. Maybe Brisbane gets shaken up a little bit. Put a tag on Ashcroft. That would have been an extremely fun game to watch, Sammy. So, yeah, I was you would have expected the worst case scenario, especially a few weeks ago. But scoring over 100 points, only losing by like 10 points. Yeah, no, really enjoyable that would have been. I play forward flank. Any tips? Well, just get into as many contests as you possibly can, to be honest, and make sure you go for those second efforts. But forward flank's a bit of a difficult one, a difficult position to play. But yeah, just do the team things, and if you get into an opportunity that you feel like you're able to score a goal, back yourself in, and yeah, do as best as you can for yourself and the team. I was put in the guts only one time last season. I used to play in the guts back in the day, and I used to count. Does anyone still do that, where they count their possessions or they count their stats? I would still have to do that if I played, because I wouldn't be playing in a league that would be recording stats. To be fair, Premier Data aren't going to give a shit about the really average local leagues. But I'm probably not going to play footy again this year. I'll play a couple of Wattle Park games. I wanted to play again this year, but I didn't do enough over the preseason to get like properly fit, so it's not worth it. But I'm going back to the gym the last week and getting into it again. So let's see if we can keep it going for longer than we used to. Do you think Butters really said anything wrong to Foot? He was extremely adamant he didn't say anything, so I trust Butters. I don't know what Foot was thought he said in the moment, but yeah, I definitely trust Butters. And then he didn't want to talk to him after the game. I thought that was a little bit weird. I didn't go to Carlton. That would have been a really enjoyable game to go to for sure, but I didn't go to it, no. Well, at least you at least you're self-aware that you made a mistake there, Ollie. Just don't spam like that again, because there's no point. You're not going to get a shout out that way. Man, this has been one of the longest halftime breaks in human history. I know it's only 20 minutes. It's not like it was like last week's or like last night's lightning delay. Yeah, that's pretty shit go time. Especially if you were aspiring to continue playing or umpiring, because that's what you were. You were making a bit of I don't know how much you make as an umpire, but I assume you would have been making, some coin over the weekend as an umpire, and it was good for your fitness as well, keeping in shape. But yeah, stuff like that. It's just if that's what the doctors are saying, that's just not worth the risk. That's why lots of AFL players have unfortunately had to retire earlier than they've wanted to. Are you going to Bunbury? I won't be going to Bunbury this year. Not like last year. Not sure what else there is to do in Bunbury though. I don't really give myself the opportunity to look at the city and what are some nice like restaurants or just tourist spots to have a look at if I'm there for a couple of days. But I literally had I had 2 hours there last year, 2 hours max. Went to some steakhouse that had like a total of 4 people there, and then left. And drove back up to Perth.
It's critical for kids these days to have.
Wonder if the beaches in Bunbury are any good. I can't think of a lot of, like, really, I don't know what else there is to do there. The art, I'm looking at Google Maps right now.
For me, it did exactly that. You can make a real difference to a young person's life. Become a Raise mentor today.
Cancer is the worst way to lose your dog. How long did you... Oh, this isn't something we probably want to talk about on the stream because it's pretty dark, isn't it? My dog has cancer, she said in the past, but it's back again. It spreads so quickly. Oh, you had to put her down. That's arguably more sad, to be honest. To have to make that decision. Anyways. We are going to get smashed in this third quarter. I just have a feeling we're going to... No, you know what? I can't say that. You know, I will say that because then the opposite might happen. Hopefully the opposite does happen. Thoughts on Jezza last night. Jezza's back in a big way. I almost thought that Shannon Neal started to pass him as a key forward for the Cats. Just looked more lively up forward for them. But, oh, free kick against Naz for the high. What is it with the comments saying that we're getting all of the free kicks from the umpires? It's been Adelaide. Walker really made sure that the umpire had to see that. I'd give North half a chance up in Bunbury against Freo. Another goal. We're going to have to score, I reckon, at least almost 100 points if we're going to beat Adelaide today, and I don't think that's going to happen. So it's looking. This is looking like a dangerous proposition. 7 in a row. Wise. They're kicking well as well, aren't they? 7 straight, but how many of those set shots have they missed? Probably, like, in terms of momentum, this is probably the biggest we've been against the run of momentum for a club. 7 in a row here. We were 26 points up. Fumbly. Everyone's fumbly. Need Naz for 2 and Thilthorpe 2 more. Naz for 2 is always a little risky because you just never know where he's going to be playing most of the game. Thilthorpe for 2 is pretty safe. For 3, I'm not always sure on. Currently on 1-1. Having a shot here in a difficult spot. Can you believe it? 9 in a row. Like, that is just... You just can't... You can't afford to cough up that many goals in a row and expect to win a game of footy. Well, the fact that we're somehow still in this, it's because of our start. Saints have only kicked a 100-plus score this year. Yep, and that was when we still lost that game. We definitely need an extra player in that four. Okay, that key presence, and King would make us a 3-goal better side when he's fit. 2 or 3-goal better side. That's the missing piece we need. Or at least one of the missing pieces we need. I don't know. Oh, turnover. The Crows get it back though. Look at this. Full of confidence and run. Full of confidence. Thilthorpe's alone. Silvani. At least he got a fist away. Sinks. Wood. No, don't. Fuck. Why would you not just take the initial kick? Don't try and be so smart. I don't know why Pipstar's been thrown into anyone's memory. I bloody don't know what that guy's up to, but probably doesn't want to be making the same videos 6 years later. And that, by the way, that wasn't 6 years ago. That was 7 years ago. Or at least that's when he was posting a lot. Let's kick 3 goals, Walker. Absolutely killed us. We're going to regret not having a either a Howard or a Taru down back. He's kicked it. He's kicked it. He hasn't lost anything, Tex. He has not lost anything. I cannot see us winning it from here, to be honest. What is it with us in bloody third quarters? Sports nut. It's just a key question when he's fit, been saying he should have been traded for the last 3 years, but what sides, even if we wanted to trade him now, what sides are going to offer much for him anyways? I think we just have to hopefully back him in. And back in, he will get still... He's hope that his best footy's still beyond him, because he's still 25. Or his best footy's in front of him, I should say. 65-44, though, is the scoreline. Ross Lyon looking onwards. Yeah, with a lot of questions in his mind right now. And Berry, we're getting absolutely beaten in the middle here. This is not good. Silvani drops it. Tex thinks he can do anything. Literally.
He certainly had a try, and he did everything he wanted to, bar through the sticks. So it's quite remarkable. I mean, I've picked him.
This is definitely the best I've seen Tex play in probably a year, to be honest. It's a completely different game to the first quarter, Sportsnut. Oh, we are scared of pressure. We are scared of pressure. We're going to get done by 10 goals. Shit, man. I think I said in the first quarter, wow, I almost, not penciled in the win, but I was like, oh yeah, we've won this game. And then I'd said to myself, well, I shouldn't say that so early. We haven't won the game. Adelaide were just really poor in the first quarter. So 9 in a row now to the Crows. It's going to stop eventually. It has to, right? It can't keep going on like this, can it? At least Cook's getting me some fantasy points. Do something, Ross. Why is he looking so tense in the coach's box? Mate, AFL Evo, I think the disc is probably snapped. It's been that long ago since I played that game. I'm saying that I have had more fun with that game than probably any other game I've played on the channel. Berry from 50. Oh my God. There's just too much reliance right now and focus on Tex right now. They're going to give away free kicks here. We haven't been under this much pressure in a game all season. So what can we do? What is next for us right now?
So they're smashing him in this third quarter, but the second quarter as well. It's been 10-2 centre bounce clearance since quarter time.
The other veteran, Laird, sends it back to the pocket. Haley had a piece of it.
Wilkie, Silvani doesn't look with a kick, and it's going to come back. So thanks, Silvani. Another entry is going to come in. And the Saints defenders aren't able to cope here. How are we getting smashed so hard, like easily, with this Adelaide midfield that isn't even that good on paper? Tackle. Need to get the next goal. It's a bit of an understatement. I'm waiting for Duxie at the airport. I'm freezing. How have you convinced the bloke to bloody drive you home? What a man Duxie is, honestly. Most people wouldn't do that. It'll come back, won't it? Still plenty of time in this game, weirdly enough. 28 points is almost too hard of an ask to come back from right now. I think Caden did a parody song on the Blues. Even the bad kicks are working for them. Although in saying that, probably was always intended for that that play. Berry, Bond, everything's working. Everything's working for them. There's no pressure. Everything is working for them. Thank fuck I didn't go to this. Although in saying that, I don't think I've seen Adelaide play better footy. Oh yeah, this is really scintillating footy right now from Adelaide. Carving us up. Absolutely carving us up. I've got 6 players on my bench who have scored 42, 45, 76, 64, 64, and 69. Missed it. Let off. Big let off.
Even the superstars have their technique wrong. He ran out to the right just before he was going to kick it, so he knew.
Crows fans are pretty happy right now, aren't they? 3 goals, 3-0. Flanders. Carroll. Doubt. Oh, no. Nice. Just need to find something. Look like a completely lost side right now. Saw that Caden parody song. Carlton will beat us in 2 weeks. Yeah, I wouldn't be penciling Carlton as an automatic W. I think Carlton, they're still an okay side, really. I still feel like they are. They just need a few things. They just need to get a few connecting pieces to work, and then I think they're not too bad. Got to take the game on more and take risks. I don't know if that's going to work so well right now. I think we just need to slow it down a little bit and just get it back on our terms a bit, and then maybe take the risk after we get a goal or two. Just kill this momentum. Flanders has had a lot of it, actually. But they're not hurting us. Or they're not hurting them. I'll most likely win next 5 is probably Saints. Is that how tough the next 5 games are? Wow. Don't they have Port away? Oh, Ryan. Ryan! He's pretty strong there, Ryan. Almost got it out. Well, it's frustrating when we bomb it inside 50 and there's no tall targets. That's not how it works for us. It can't work. Butler, nice. Nice. We so bloody badly needed that. Why is the scoreline, say, 73 for Adelaide? 71. Well, we needed that, didn't we?
to keep scrounging, get another stoppage, and as you said,
I know. You were last in the stream, and we were up by like 4 goals, Blake. You might need to stick around. You jumped on and we've just kicked one. They won't beat Port away. They're terrible at the Adelaide Oval. Well, they weren't hopeless last week against Adelaide, but I don't think Port are gonna be easy by no means at the Adelaide Oval. Didn't they beat them by like 10 goals there not that long ago? No, it was like 5 goals, I think. They kicked like 10 goals in the last quarter. That game was sort of lost to my memory. I had to sort of go back into the archives. Philippou. Been better in the last couple of weeks. Must love playing in SA. Home state. 23 points is the margin. So we're in the game. Only just though. Thorpe's doing everything, roaming all around the ground. You should make a series where you go to local footy games. I definitely want to go to more local footy games. Oh, Finn, you did not need to do that. $50 for the $50 birthday tax. To be fair, I mean, I didn't do a birthday stream this year. I was not feeling. If you saw the state of mind I was at on that what was it, Wednesday night or Tuesday night, then you'd understand. But you're a great man, Finn. Thank you very much. Lifted my spirits by a few percentages, but still just not feeling overly enthused right now watching this game. Free kick to us, which was there. Crows fans aren't going to like that. They can shut up though. W's. Yes, W's Finn. Naz goes to the middle. This would be one of the wins of all time. If we can somehow pull something off after conceding 9 goals throughout the middle part of the game. Although I'm going a little early on that. We've still got a lot of work to do. Philippou, the haul. And you just know he's going to find a target. Crows top 6 side. They're thereabouts, the Crows, aren't they? They're thereabouts. When they play like that, they look like a top 4 team, but then they can have a couple quarters where they look really off the park and they don't even look anywhere near threatening. So they're still not able to find their best footy consistently in games, but they're definitely a threat. Mason Wood needs to kick this from 50. And at least we're able to convert these opportunities because we need to convert all of them right now. We just need to convert all of them.
Yeah, well, that was certainly 2 goals in a row, something that they needed for the game.
17 points. Bring back some momentum. It's been that sort of game. We kick 5 in a row, then they kick fucking 9. Couple more back. Max Hall set that one up. Still not winning. I wouldn't say that yet. No. Even if we hit the lead at some stage, I'm still not confident. The crowd is still loud enough though, so we've got to kick a couple more to just continue silencing that crowd. They win another clearance. We just cannot afford to let them consistently win it at the middle because their foreline's really, really dangerous. Hall. Nice. Marshall. Marshall plays on quickly. Ryan Marks. That's a great take. And 3 goals in a row this will be.
He did put his body over the ball and made Isaac Rankin just go to the side a little bit, and he set this one up.
Absolutely no doubt you're saying that correctly.
My bad, Joseph. I fixed that.
Isaac didn't quite want it.
I'll be streaming not tomorrow's game because I'll be I'll be at the Melbourne Brisbane game. So we're gonna be back to doing the Thursday Friday games though, because I've really only been doing like maybe a tiny handful so far. Oh, he's missed that. He's missed that, and I was actually quite confident that he was going to put that through because he's been a pretty reliable set shot for goal, and he's wasted an opportunity there. It might be a free kick for... No. Well, it will be, but it's an Adelaide free. Turns it over, and that's going to be back to us. Neil Bullen makes the mistake there. Come on, Clark. Good work, Hunter. I know we've really fell away. The Crows' pressure and work rate really started to lift in that second quarter, but we're now back in a better spot. This last 5 minutes, we just need to get more goals on the scoreboard. Obviously, down by 16.
Defense busy in the last 10 minutes after having not a lot to do for just over a quarter.
Flanders will get another one.
He's been part of the comeback. Along to Clark, made
Smothered ball.
Alex Steele Bullen, but doing what true leaders do, and it's
That song will live in your mind forever.
so big 7 minutes coming up.
Well, it'll live in your mind forever as long as it's still relevant, which it feels like it's going to be relevant for a while at least. How about that tattoo that Gorringe got? Bloody pretty big tattoo. I wonder how long he's going to leave that there. He probably will just leave it there for as long as he finds it still relevant and funny. Even Elijah Hollands would get a game for the Saints team. Again, not really the right comments there to use. I wouldn't have thought. Crows win 4 of the next 5 games. They got Brisbane at the Gabba next week. That's a game they never seem to get wins at. Or ground, I should say. If we can kick one more goal and the margin's within 10 points or under, then I will give us a chance, because we've swung around the momentum. We just can't let Adelaide get back on top for the next 6.5 minutes. Sinclair handballs it. Good work, Garcia. Once again, having an impact. And dropped. Miller dropped it. Higgins. Under immense pressure whenever we get the footy. Yeah, you can finally start looking forward to some footy games as an Essendon fan. I don't know how much you're looking forward to the Gold Coast game. You're probably still expecting the worst, but it was certainly not that at all. Played with a lot more attack and freedom in that game, that the parts that I watched at least. Shit. Ball. Better tackling, but they're out. Adelaide are out. Keys. Yeah, goal. Yeah, you just knew it. You just knew it. So now it makes things a lot more difficult, doesn't it? Because they've got that goal back, and it's 22 points. It's just so... There's just so much more space with Adelaide's when Adelaide get inside 50. Look at the space that Thilthorpe has. Silvani again. Yeah, Joseph might need a little bit more than just to go Saints right now. But thanks for the 5. But we might need a little bit more than just that. They'll crack the ton, and it'll be hard to stop them when they crack the ton. It's already going to be hard to stop at the moment. 22 points Walker and Thilthorpe 6 combined. And Richelli, easy clearance. Easy.
Looks like he belongs there these days. Host of players get to it. Work from Maley to get it to ground where he's fleet of foot waiting. Neil Bullen just jamming it forward. Pedler, that look of determination. Fires it to the outside. The wingmen have been blazing away tonight.
They'll mark this. I knew it. No one has a matchup on bloody Thilthorpe.
Riley Thilthorpe has taken the mark at the top of the square.
He's been... How long has he actually been on the ground for, though, Sportsnut?
Was questioning him.
He must have thought it was a showdown or something, I reckon.
Another good entry by Braden Cook.
Well,
It really was. We know he's missed a few tonight.
that's what's going to end up killing
All
us.
of a sudden.
They're 2 key forwards in Thilthorpe and Walker. So 28 now. And it's back to where it was beforehand. 72% time on ground. Yeah. I don't know if his role's been a little bit different and Marshall's played more time on the ruck from what I've noticed, but that's just still not what you're expecting from a player at that expected caliber at all. 3 hit outs. How many to advantage I would have wanted to know. Got no one on Thilthorpe that can actually play on him. So they've kicked what, 12 of the last 14 goals now. And whenever that happens, you no hope of coming back.
Come to the club as a sort of a small forward, third tall forward, move to the wing and half back, and he's
Fuck, it's annoying.
Beware the thin cook, as they say. He's looking sprightly from the
He looks gassed to Koning. Oh, good tackle at least.
Perry with the fend off.
Oh, even the tackles aren't sticking. This is really shit, actually.
By Wood, given an eternity. Back to the status quo, in essence. Biggest margin of the game.
Don't be surprised if the Crows smash the same. Well, they always do at this venue, no matter what.
Back to 28
Even though we were up by 26 somehow at the start. Go Sinks.
Sinclair off and running.
Oh, it's Garcia and no one. Nice, Higgins. Very, very nice. Doesn't like SA. Well, he's an ambassador now for South Australia, this bloke. So he's clearly likes it in some facet. Jeez, we needed that. I'm still nowhere near feeling good about this right now, but at least we're finding something when it was looking really bad. It's become a relatively high scoring game, this.
Yeah, you're right, Roo. The Adelaide ambassador. He's getting it done. And
22 points, 4 minutes to go in the quarter. We need at least one more. Maybe 2 more would be nice.
tell you what, his speed does explode when the ball looks like it's
Look at that, 7 to 1 centre clearances. It's a third quarter problem we've had all year. And TDK is getting fucking analled. Hunter Clark, I've liked his game. And Wilson's given it straight to Thilthorpe, but there's no one there. That isn't true, JM Games. If anyone's fallen off, it's not them. It's not them. Clark. Garcia. Flanders. Downfield. Liam Ryan. All right. Sharman. Can you do some more team coach? Yeah, box break will happen soon. A box break will happen in the next week or two. I know people are always asking when I'm next going to do one or when I'll next be on with the cards. Probably in the next week or two. Why are they focusing on the bloke in the back? You should be focusing on this. Point. Sharman hasn't done much tonight. Another quiet game. So 10 goals, 4 in the set shots to 5 goals, 5. Wilkie. Garcia just needs to play on. Why do we have no tall targets in the forward line? In the fucking... Oh, my God.
This three-quarter time speech and the tricks in his bag are going to be Michael Lenny and Higgins. Higgins and Michael Lenny talking about Kangaroo Island and all the great things of SA. Back into play. Knocked out of the forward pocket. Kept it
Oh, my God.
Malira bangs it back out. Marshall off the second grab.
Marshall's been better. Clark's been good. Silvani. Oh, my... Seriously, Silvani. That's going to cost us a goal, isn't it? Well, luckily Rankin doesn't know what he's doing. That would have certainly cost us a goal. Max the king of injury. If your name's Max King, you're just generationally cooked, no matter what side you play for. The other Sydney Max King's out for a while. We bring back the weekly vlogs. I just don't really see anything out of the weekly vlogs at the moment, but they're not like completely done and dusted. But at the moment, they won't be yeah, there won't really be many weekly vlogs at all. If anything, maybe bring them back on the members or the second channel. Very lucky that stayed in. We're going to concede another red time goal. I just know it. If we can somehow not concede a goal, I'll probably almost take that. So, I don't know how they didn't score from that. Carroll. Go Wood. Still time. Oh, thank God. Thank God that stayed in. Thank God that stayed in. Wood to Ryan. We keep getting marks inside 50, but in really difficult angles. TDK. Yes! This is your time, son. TDK. Could have been 30-point margin if that Rankin pass wasn't so shot. Hasn't kicked a goal for us all bloody season. Or in his, at all for the Saints, if anything. Yep, the Adelaide boos are out and about. You just, don't put the jinx on him. Yes! What a time to kick it. TDK. And it just gives us the smallest glimmer of hope heading into three-quarter time. Once again, though, not a very good quarter, but it could have been a whole lot worse. I think it's safe to say that it might be game on now. It did not look great off the boot. It did chip it, but it doesn't matter. I'll take it anyway. It gets through. TDK puts it through. And if we're somehow going to win this game, we've got to probably kick at least 4 goals in this last quarter at least. Yeah, because Adelaide had dominated that quarter for the most part. In the middle especially. Looking really dangerous whenever they go inside 50, their 2 key forwards. But we got a little lucky in the end there, and I'll probably take that. I mean, again, if you wanted to be realistic, we probably could have been up by even more at the start with how much more on top we were. But then it just completely switched on its head for the next 45 minutes, really, and Adelaide were absolutely all over us. So, yeah, TDK's first goal has been quiet. But we just needed that. We just needed him to step up, which he did, thankfully, in that quarter, or the end of the quarter. Oh, it'd be one of the better wins, though, if we somehow got it done.
Sally's 1 litre sugar soap, just $7.15.
Where you
competitor's lower price on the same in-stock item will beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
So goal after the sign in both quarters there. Because the Crows had one in the second, didn't they?
On email?
It's a scam.
No, she's legit. It's not like that. She said I've got kind eyes.
All right, what do we reckon is going to happen in the last quarter? Give us your final quarter predictions. I'm going to say... what plays for St Kilda really need a lift? Sharman needs a bit more impact, doesn't he? Sharman probably needs a goal or two in this last quarter if we have a chance of winning. Maybe a Liam Ryan goal from the pocket could give us a spark. I will say the Crows. And do they finish? I can't remember. They do finish games off well, don't they? They have the comeback. Actually, no, Adelaide have comebacks within games and then they don't finish the job. They still somehow find a way to lose. So if anything by that it's to go with, then we'll somehow find a way to win. Crows by 20, 32, 20. People are saying Hollands was high. Well, they're saying a whole lot of crap. I don't know what to believe, to be honest. 98, 103, Finn. One can only dream of a finish like that. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
It's not like that. She said I've got kind eyes, and she loves Bundy. Actually.
Well, what did we kick the last 2 goals that quarter to just give us a sniff? I said we would wanted it to be 10 points or under, but I'll take 15 for where it was. It's pretty even time in front. So Adelaide have been in front for just over half the game, but for majority of the first half, the Saints were the better side. 104.93. Cromwell win after Siren Saint. All it takes is one big quarter like their second. Like our first. We need another quarter like our first. But Adelaide aren't gonna play like they did in that first quarter in this last. They've got a lot probably almost more to play for, I would say. No, Elijah Hollands would get a game for the Hockey-roos any day. Michaela, 46 months. Rowan Marshall hasn't been that bad. Geez, Michaela and Joseph. The upgrade. Did you go to Gatherand? I did go to Gatherand. It wasn't the best Gatherand of all time, personally, but still was still always is enjoyable to get to go to all the games throughout the weekend and catch up with people that you don't get to see very often. Silvani making a lot of mistakes. Yeah, he's just not been at anywhere near his best after last week, but needs to stand up strong in the last quarter here. Him on Thilthorpe's just been a massive mismatch.
This is where they need him in the middle. They paid him $2 million to be the man in these moments, so Ross needs more from his superstar.
Everyone's upgrading their memberships today. Michaela, Josh, Joseph, and Luke. Also, thank you for the message as well that you wrote, the birthday message and all the and the others as well. Glad that you're on the stream tonight, and still will get to editing that Port Adelaide Saints game as well. Marshall, there's more chance of the dog from Paw Patrol coming out of the TV than Marshall winning the game for St Kilda. Well, he's not going to win the game for us. Naz needs to lift and maybe he can be the one to win the game for us. The dog from Paw Patrol, what the fuck? Max Hall's been awfully quiet as well. So some of our more X-Factor plays are not really having the same impact as we would have wanted. Only 25 tackles. Well, that's a big, a glaring issue there. Only 25 tackles. The most amount of The most amount of tackles from any player is 3. Just not able to stick them.
15 points adrift. McAndrew, there's a bit of jumper being held there. No whistle. Windhager was in the middle against Berry. Comes Keys.
We can't let Adelaide kick the first goal. That's probably the last thing that we want. Although if Adelaide get the first goal, I'd probably rather get it than them get it now. Go to a Saints game and sit in the Saints cheer squad, but support your heart out for the opposition and wear their kit. That's going to get me killed, and they'll get me banned from any future chance at sitting in the cheer squad or any other opportunities with probably doing anything with the Saints.
Just too big, isn't he? Just too big. Just too big.
Don't get any shorter, as the old saying goes. 3 goals to the last.
Missed it. Missed it.
And he misses.
Naz doing the kick outs. But at least we can guarantee that we're going to get a lot of meters down the ground. That's going to come back though. Wasn't there a rule that... Well, yeah, there was a rule that punishments don't involve Saints games. But even if there wasn't, that's just something I'm obviously not going to do. Even if it was for another team's cheer squad. Going into an opposition or any cheer squad and supporting the other team is way too foolish. Worrell's once again been pretty big.
Just hesitates at the last moment, made the next decision all the more critical, but...
Anyways, I'm trying to focus on the game. Lucky Crows are missing. Typically are pretty accurate against us. I remember last year, round 1, they were slotting them from everywhere that game. So we're a better side than we were on that occasion, but we still have a lot of work to do. Marshall, another hack clearance that goes nowhere. I do wonder how many of those kicks have gone to a St Kilda player in this game.
By 17 points, trailed by as much as 26 early in the second term. Switch.
So go on the switch.
Working hard as well, which is good to see. Taylor.
First goal's big here.
See how packed in the crowd are.
Bloody fans are restless right now. They want something to happen. Good Wilkes. Flanders. Marshall again. He's had quite a lot of the footy, Marshall. Here we go. Here we go. I love when Hall has the footy because we know something's going to happen. Why is Higgins the only player there? It's just too much to ask for someone like him. Go. Naz from 45. Oh, he's at the post. God damn. Oh, that would have been massive. We need him around the big sticks, though. We need him to set up those plays. Hall can, you know, we want more of the footy in Hall's hand. I love Paw Patrol. Cheers for the $2, Joseph. Well, that could be a punishment. Watch Paw Patrol for 3 hours. Remember the Fireman Sam stream? That was actually kind of funny. Port Hawthorn was a thriller. And again, I was going to stream that game, but I was in the hospital, unfortunately. And I wasn't just going to say, yeah, I'll go to that and then not go. I'm trying to stick to my word more as a late. And it was an important thing as well. Wilson! Yes! Yes! Come on! Kick the first goal of the last quarter. And the game is on. 10-point margin.
And it also says it's game on. That's what the silence says. It's a 10-point margin. And
it is game on. We've kicked the last 3 now. Am I ever gonna see your face again? No, wait, fuck off. What is the name of your other channel that you stream that on? The More Cardman channel, MORECARDMAN. All right. 103 could be on here. First team to kick 100 normally wins you the game. And the last time we scored a ton away from Melbourne was... I don't know, Luke McMahon might know that. I've got no idea. I think we actually kicked 100 at the Gabba, but we lost. So when was the last time we won over, kicking over 100? Oh, TDK. Come on, mate. Fucking hell. Killing us in the middle. Jeez, and that's going to stay in play. It's gone out. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for joining. This is closer than I thought it was going to be. Well, it's certainly closer than what I thought it was going to be at a stage where they kicked like 9 in a row. Could have been 10 with that Rankin kick. But in saying that, we were up by 26 and I did... Oh, here's Rankin. Although Rankin... Has he kicked a goal yet? Every time he's gone near the footy, the crowd's roared and the commentators are going all... you know, up and about, but nothing's really come from it. Oh, that's really, really annoying. Neil Bullen's also been big for them as well. Well, it wasn't for me, JL. It's family shit. Cardi, I was in the Hawks cheer squad in the Thriller game, and I can tell you I almost had a heart attack. My heart rate was... Yeah, that Georgiades kick would have absolutely... might have ended a few Hawthorn fans sitting there. Every time Port Adelaide play Hawthorn, they play off in some really close games. There's always some form of biff between bloody the two sides. Always is. Oh no. Stocker. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. It's gone out of bounds. That's going to be, well, it's going to come back. Lucky. Hal Hawk second. Oh, they probably should be first. I don't know how they lost to GWS, to be honest. Well, that's just annoying. I don't know if it's the Koning's fault necessarily. That was just a poor kick. And Edwards kicks it to Marley. A lot of players sort of standing around doing nothing. Considering he's missed it, Edwards. That is bold to be calling for the footy in your first game like that. Ross would... Well, Riley, so Ross should be pissed off with that. So something's obviously not right with the Koning. Nice, Sharman. Marshall handballer to Hill. Take a bounce. Butler's dropped it. Damn it. God damn it. He could have kept going. We should have been lining up for a freaking goal.
Oh, that's a great opportunity they missed, the Saints, wasn't it? They should have just taken that ball. Butler should have marked that ball easily enough, I think. So, might be a big...
Fuck, that's on him. That's on Butler more than on Hill for sure. That was a fine kick. Owes us something. Bring your pressure. Naz, nice. We just got to keep hoping that he finds the footy because whenever he has it, good things seem to occur. Sinclair. Yes! Sharman! Yes! Yes! We are really back in this game now if we weren't already. I did say whoever kicked the first goal, you know, it was going to be a massive, massive ask if we were having to come from behind a 20-plus point lead, a deficit, sorry. But now that it's 6 points, we kicked the first 2 goals of the quarter. And, geez, we're looking like maybe we can run over the Crows here. Although in saying that, it's still very even when you look at the stats in this quarter.
game on now.
I don't see anyone talking about the wildcard round stuff when it's literally one of the strangest things the AFL has brought in. You know what? Right now, I'm glad the wildcard's a thing because I still don't know if we're a side that's going to finish top 8. And I think top 10 looks a lot more achievable right now. But tell you what, if we win this game, Crows are doing it again. They might actually do it again where they come back they make a mini comeback after starting really slow and they can't finish the job. Wood. They're panicking here. They're actually panicking. That could have been ball. They're panicking. Look at that. It's gone nowhere, that. Clark's got class. Windhager. Kick it, mate. Oh, that's not gonna favour us at all. You know what? That's a good result. I've just got an alert saying there's a close game. Actually, I tell you, we've been treated some pretty good games today. 3 good, really solid games of footy on the Saturday. If anything, the Friday games have been disappointing. No, not doing a Paw Patrol stream because Brad Hill has leveled the game for the Saints. And that's going to be put on some freaking highlight reel package that I've made. The fucking Paw Patrol crap. It doesn't matter. 89 apiece. Wowee. Oh, jeez. Brad Hill. What a season he's having. What a rove from the pack. 89 to 18. Oh, geez. This would have made a really fun interstate trip if I went, but it's fine. It's fine. So 4 goals now in a row, I think it is. Or is it 5? It's 1, 2, 3, 5 goals in a row. 5 goals in a row to 9 goals to 5 goals. First to 100 wins this. And we're scoring as well. Haven't scored this much at the Adelaide Oval and I don't know how long. But Adelaide, I think Adelaide are going to kick the next, to be honest. No. Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. What? No, that shouldn't. I think that's fair because they should cut slack if they don't know, right? They always do that. Rankin. Well, it's really game on. I'd actually almost have us and those in front in terms of who from this point onwards is more likely to win. I'd have the Saints in front right now. Do you want to stream the Bombers Magpies game? I'm probably going to go to that game and might make a video at the game. I think I'm overdue. Out in the full. Mate, Mason, go and get stuffed, mate. Is the mustache getting out of control, you reckon? If anything, I've maintained it a little bit better than I had it a few weeks ago. No, I don't want to draw. But if you would have told me at 28 points down... If you would have told me at 28 points down that we draw, I'd definitely take that. Oh, it's going to be a free kick to Adelaide. No, it won't be. It won't be a free kick to the Crows. Give it back. Actually, don't give it back, so we get a 50. Why are you listening to this with a Fox Footy theme in the background? Marshall! Marshall! Hasn't kicked a... I don't know if he's kicked a goal for us. Maybe the 1 goal for us this season.
The Saints dominated, jumped out to a 26-point lead off the back of 5 goals in a row.
Yeah, this is would be one of the weirdest worms that you'll ever see.
And now 5 goals in a row to the Saints. If Marshall kicks this,
I don't think he's going to kick this, but hopefully he does. Come on, Marshall. Go, Rowe. Come on, Rowe. You knew he was going to... You just knew that... You just knew that was going to...
both teams in the last minute have had a chance to take the lead and both have blown them.
Two out of bounds on the Fulls. Since scores were tied.
Not tomorrow because I'll be at Melbourne, Brisbane, Super Bro.
Doing a few run-throughs along the boundary.
Malira leading possession with
To a Paw Patrol stream.
his 27th disposal.
Not for fun though. It wouldn't happen. I wouldn't just pick and choose to do one. Marshall's one of the worst set shot players when it comes to kicking for goal.
Become tighter and more meaningful as we get closer to the end. Peatling back to Murray.
89 apiece.
It's the tide for now, the Crows.
They've turned the ball over here.
Got a hand in. Butts.
Oh, Philippou could have done better there.
But he outworked them. Got it to Worrell, to Edwards. And back to Butts. Has to kick it now. He
Shit.
realised that. He's got it deep. They've got a chance.
Oh, Marley's sort of dangerous, isn't he? Thilthorpe tries to toe poke it. And we're in a spot where we don't want to be. Hipwood, Lynch, Mackay. Oh, well, you should see the amount of... Well, I know Marshall doesn't get as many chances in front of goal on those plays, but they'd be on par, I reckon. Wilson. Mate, this should set up our season if we win from the position we were at.
Behind gives the ball back to the opposition, but it gives you the lead.
Andrew's off the ground now, so it's Finbar up in the ruck.
Finbar.
Both coaches going through some...
I like Finbar Marley. He competes well. I think he's going to have a relatively successful career. Might never be an A grader, but... Oh, Rankin. He's going to kick this. Nah, missed another. If there was 10 seconds ago, I would be pissed off, but thankfully there's 8 minutes and 10. You just won $500. W's, Lockie. Surely you send a bit of that my way. Because why not? Because if you put it on the Saints game, the Saints would have helped you, right? And because you didn't send me, you didn't give me back my GoPro as well, so you kind of owe me the money for that. Damn it. There's Marley.
They did well, St Kilda, from that kick, and I reckon they made plenty of space and then put all their runners in there, and they went coast to coast. It was real clever.
I don't reckon any sides get into 100, but if... Oh, it's a turnover! Handball at Boxall! Oh... I gave a point to the Saints. Oh. That's going to throw a lot of people off if they see that and go, wait, what?
2 wins and 3 losses for both Adelaide and St Kilda.
Marshall. And it's the Moose.
Lost the defender.
On the loose in the ruck. Edwards had it stripped.
Oh, no one's on lead.
Feeds it wide.
Peatling.
Drills it inside 50.
Wilkie, always reliable, Mr. Wilkie. But that's not a reliable kick. Clark is... He has to stay in the side, right?
And he drills it. They want to take it on the Saints.
Flanders.
Feeds it back.
Hill.
Hit the pause button. Now goes long to the 3-on-3.
Oh, that's a... Well, he's dropped it. Rankin's dropped that. Not really the right kick. That Rankin's just...
Who's going to be the hero here? Wood got a chance.
very wasteful of his disposals today.
Pops it to half forward. Again, Pedler front spot. Got a high contact.
Free kick to the Crows. The Crows haven't scored a goal this quarter. They haven't scored a goal since, like, late into the third. Or halfway through the third, actually.
And he has to now. All the decisions so critical. Desperate for a mark. Silvani.
Oh, no. Keys. Keys out the back. Keys out the back. No. Far out. Who is on him? Oh, crap. How often does he do that in the critical moments as well? North win by 45, I reckon. It's disappointing that. Still plenty of time though. But with the way the game's gone on, when one team gets a goal and they use that. Everyone reckons that the game's over after that. I don't know about that. I still think we've got a lot to give. Although the Crows, same old Saints. Unfortunately, they only kicked one goal. That's their first goal of the quarter. We're still winning this quarter, and we're still winning the centre clearances. Hall, love to see him in the middle. Oh, Ryan couldn't collect that cleanly. It's game over, I reckon, if the Crows kick the next. Most likely. Garcia couldn't hold it cleanly. Come on, Naz. Come on, Naz. What is he doing? There's 5:36 on the clock. 5 minutes 36. Wood inside 50. We just need to find a mark. Jack Higgins. Probably didn't need a handball that, Owens. Oh, shit. Good stuff, Clark. So we need 2 scores. I know the margin looks okay right now, but I don't care about the margin. Having that correct. Two scores required, preferably goals. Oh, Laird. Really, really good tackle. I don't trust Flanders, to be honest. Still time. Still time. Yeah, they want to win for Adelaide. Or they want to win for Jordan Dawson. They don't. I don't want them to win for him. We also need a win. That should be a free kick to Marshall. Ball. Oh, that. Don't be a free kick. Kick it, Naz. We've got a goal. Higgins is out the back. Come on! Game on here at the Adelaide Oval. Margin down to 1. What a game of footy this has been. Oh, it's offside. Shit. All right, the flag's been waved. Huge from Naz there. Huge from all of them to just surge it forward. I think Higgins, that was his 4th. Been a good round, Zoe. Naz in the goal square. God, this would have been a sensational game to be at right now. The intensity in this last quarter. Come on. Marshall's been doing all the ruck work, and to be honest with you, he's been winning it a lot more than TDK. Sharman almost. The pressure's been massive in this last quarter, it has to be said. We want to be winning this game. Philippou. Owens. Sharman! Sharman! Misses! It's a draw right now. Oh, my goodness.
It's got everything now. We're not sure who's going to go in.
There's plenty of time.
Lots of time. 350.
Tied game, 96 apiece. You know what they say, the first to score 100 normally wins the game of footy. Free kick to freaking Adelaide. Oh, man. We've got the numbers. Oh, Neil Bullen, the nibbler. Neil Bullen. He's missed it, but they're in front. I don't know. Like, I don't want to. I didn't watch the full duration of either of the close games that we watched on the Saturday this round. I didn't watch all of the Gold Coast Essendon game, and I didn't watch all of the Port Adelaide Hawthorn game. I watched the ending of both though, but I can't really know for sure which game so far has been the best. I'd need to know from chat as a non-biased point of view, I guess, because it could be very easy for me to say this game because I've watched all of it. Silvani needs to be strong.
Seconds tick down. 2:51 left. It's evolved into a classic. Both these teams coming in 2 wins, 3 losses.
Hawks was better.
In their year. Flanders.
He handballed that. He handballed that, you far out. Give me a replay on that. Far out, Walker. That is crap. Mate, that wasn't holding the ball earlier. Surely not. Fucking hell. Taylor Walker's kicked his 5th. And it's back to where it was before in a 7-point margin. What is everyone saying on the...
Yeah, it's a great finish by Tex, and he's pretty proud of himself to fight back after the first quarter and kick 5 in a game that means a lot to this team. And
Mate, that was a freaking handball. That was a freaking handball. If we win it from here, which I'm not sure, but we've... Oh, you absolute maggots. Ruining our great game. Far out. This is really frustrating. Just don't kick it. Just don't make the scoreboard look worse than what it is. Oh, I hate Tex, honestly. Evening up from all of Adelaide. But don't... Why does it have to be against us, though? Missed it. Sharman. I don't know how we're going to find a way to score here. I don't know how the hell we're going to find a way in 55 seconds. Need Naz to do something. Like he did against Melbourne. Who's out the back? Oh, there was a play there. Nice. Held without it, umpire. God.
Getting the ball out into the open. They're happy to keep it locked up. What are you doing as a coach here, Ken? You got 40 seconds. What do you have? One loose behind the plate?
You'd have two, I reckon.
Oh, he's going to pay. Oh, he's God. Did he pay high? Oh, no. I thought he paid high.
Quick whistle, wasn't it? 35 seconds. Paul Hill gets it on.
Here we go. Sinclair. Who's up? Oh! Oh, my God. Stocker had a chance there. Owens! Yes! Yes! No way! Oh, no way! No way! Wow! We've scored 100 points, but we might lose 2 games scoring 100 this year. We've got to get it out the middle. Where's Naz? Nah, I don't want him in the forward. I don't know if you want him in the forward line. Oh, man, this would be incredible if... I'm not looking at the chat here, because if I look at the chat, they're probably ahead. Adelaide have won. Oh, Adelaide have won. They've won by a point. What a bloody finish. Oh, it's hard to be angry, but it is also hard not to be disappointed. You can't fault the effort there. That is so frustrating. Oh, 1 point. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Fair play though, honestly. Fair play. I guess I accepted the loss. I accepted the loss when there was like 20 seconds to go, so it doesn't feel as bad, but fuck, man, that would have been so good for our season. Considering where we were as well. Greatest round. Hard to beat that round, that day of footy though. In fairness, I could have done a triple header like I said before, but I don't think I would have had the energy for that. Well, I guess the Crows, they finally win a close game, and it had to have happened against us as well. Some big plays from a lot of players. But, end of the day, should not have let them kick 9 goals in a row, and that ultimately in the end was kind of what cost us. TDK, unfortunate. Robbed. There were 3 decisions there late, especially that handball, that Flanders non-handball call or whatever they wanted to say that resulted in a bloody Tex Walker goal. Frustrating to say the least.
One of those special moments we saw in the third quarter when you kicked the goal below where Jordan Dawson was sitting and you just pointed to him. Was that to him?
GG's Crom Magician.
I knew he was up there, but I just lucky enough saw my best mate sitting in the crowd. He come down and I was able to see him sitting up. So, yeah, as I said, it's been a real challenging week for our footy club. And I think when things...
Decision that ruined you guys to put Marshall into your squad. Marshall, he tried hard late. He won a lot of the hit-outs that we needed to late. Got a lot of clearances. I didn't think he was anywhere near as bad as what you're making him out to be. I don't even know what TDK went into the rooms for, but he didn't play out the rest of the game. He just wasn't anywhere near it. He did kick a goal, but people happy that they got their tips right, I guess.
First quarter when you had 45,000 Adelaide Crows fans and even the Saints fans standing up and applauding the Dawson family. That was pretty special, wasn't it?
We're in an industry that...
That's just such a strange game. Such a strange game to digest.
We're able to show so much support. So, yeah, it's a pretty special moment. And as I said,
24, quarter 4, that might be nearly unheard of.
We'll talk about the game in the change rooms. Well done, Tex.
thanks, Dave.
Very well said by Taylor Walker. Kent?
Yeah, it was really well said, and he makes the point about what footy clubs are, and they are, unfortunately, they are great places to be in, you know, in the sadness of what that family have gone through so far this week.
Well, I think the Saints, I don't know if what the viewers are thinking from that game, but I don't think the Saints are losing many followers after that, to be honest with you. I think we're going to be all right this year, because Adelaide, mate, they had so much to play for with with all the emotion into the week. You know, Walker kicked 5. They had their big stars fire in the right moments, and we bloody threw all we could until the very end of the game. Just couldn't get it done. And unfortunately, that second and third quarters ultimately ended up killing us, which, yeah, is shit. Robbed. It wasn't as bad as I've seen other games. I'm not going to go to that extent. But it was, yeah, that... I don't know. If a call one way or another didn't get paid, who knows what would have happened. But what are we now? We're 2 and 4, but we've got Carlton and West Coast in the next 2 weeks. So hopefully 4 and 4, and then we can still set up a season there. The umpires are average, but again, I don't think we'll lose many followers after that game at all. The Saints were robbed right in front of me, though. I tell you, they were robbed right in front of me. Anyways, all this round now needs is a big upset and a draw, and it has everything. I tell you what, Melbourne v Brisbane's going to be that game. Hopefully. Next 2 games are... We got Carlton and West Coast. We've got Carlton and West Coast in the next 2. So if we don't go into the... I think we have Gold Coast round 9 and Richmond. So really, we should be even. I would have thought Gold Coast and Darwin. I wouldn't think we win that. But that could end up ultimately costing us a spot in maybe top 8 or top 6. Anyways, hopefully we're not down by 50 at bloody half time. We're normally shit in our second halves ourselves, to be fair. But at least we scored 100 points. We still lost though. Wonder how Ross is going to address the players. Look how hurt they look. It sucks to see. Going to be like 70-70 in half time. Yeah. No, I don't care how we beat Carlton. Hopefully we can actually beat West Coast by quite a bit, because we probably need a bit of percentage. Realistically, should be 5-5 after round 10. Oh, mate, we've been, literally in every game we played this year, we've been in every game. Even that Brisbane game, probably that Brisbane game we were never going to win, but far out. 4-2, 2-4 just doesn't feel right. But we could probably beat Gold. And Darwin, though, it's a different story. I don't know about the conditions that help us at all, but oh well. I'm gonna do a bit of editing after this. Honestly, I've got a few things I got to do to prepare for tomorrow, so I'll probably wrap the stream up. But thanks everyone for joining. It was an enjoyable game, wasn't it? It has to be said, and you can't say that very often with the Saints. But yeah, we just fell short, and unfortunately, that's footy. And Adelaide got the win for Dawson. So yeah, well, we'll be back pretty soon. And I'm sorry again for posting footy tips so late on the Friday. I'll probably post from most likely Tuesdays from now on in the week. Be a little bit more on top of things. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the stream, and we'll see you soon. I'm still flat after that, but it's what it is, isn't it? Still proud of the effort though. Although, yeah, at the end of the day, 9 goals in a row. Hard to win when you do that, especially Adelaide and Adelaide. I don't think we suck. I really don't think we're that far off, to be honest. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I next see you guys. Probably not tomorrow night, but yeah, I might bring back the Just Chatting streams and a couple of the other streams very, very soon. I'm working on a few things here, but yeah, cheers for watching. See you soon.